On Friday, May 9th, 2025 at precisely 8:13 a.m., I found this image on Pinterest. Immediately, I knew exactly what I was looking at. A stolen AI copy of my art. My art is on the left and the AI copy is on the right. But it gets worse. I clicked in and I realized they were actually trying to make money from my work. Yeah, we'll get into that in a few seconds because I found that they actually stole over 10 copies of my art and more. So speed round really quick, let's just look at a few great side-by-sides of my art and their AI images. Starting off strong with this one. We can see that it's the exact same color palette, same girl, same background, same text. Also just a quick background as to why it says glossy jelly. So all these drawings were done with brushes that I designed, made, and tested over the years as a digital artist. And I really wanted to share my brushes with other beginner artists after realizing just how easy and just good they are to use. So you can see here in the second image where I show my brushes, they also did the same, exact same drawing, just I think thrown inside an AI generator. Here's another one, cotton clouds, and they also have cotton clouds. I like how they didn't just generate the art, they also generated just straight up the entire page. Here is another one, and they actually did a bonus one where they changed her hair color. I guess they didn't like my green choice. And then there's this one. It is truly exactly the same. Now that's just the art. They also stole my hands. Okay, that sounds a little bit odd, but basically we know how they used AI on my art to try and sell a bootleg version of my brushes, right? But they didn't actually have videos of these bootleg brushes in action because my guess is obviously they don't actually work. So they just scrolled through my old TikToks and used one of my old videos as proof of their product working. So this is their product page. You can see there's the little pig and the little succulent in the back, and ooh, what is this? I did upgrade though, I added some capybaras. I thought they would stop there, but nope, I was very wrong. Okay, I'll show you live just so it's a little bit easier to see, but mine's on the left and theirs is on the right. So I have a photo sample of my line art brush here, and it's funny because they also AI'd my scribbles. Like, I don't know why they had to do that. So I said glossy smooth line art, and they said smooth glossy lines. And again, they AI'd these scribbles that I did, and I wrote glossy jelly flat colors brush, and they wrote glossy blob flat colors brush, perfect for filling in opaque flat colors, and they did ideal for solid flat colors. Extremely easy to use and very simple to use. So again, like the art, I feel like they just saved this image, threw it in an AI generator, and then they just got this. I don't know, this is all pretty crazy to me. And this leads to the big question, do the brushes even work and are they even good? I know you probably want me to test out their AI slop brushes, but to be honest, and I hope you can sympathize with me, I don't really feel like giving the person who stole my art, brushes, and work any money, but I have some good pieces of evidence that reveal no, they do not work. Number one, the AI art itself. So the AI images were generated from my art, meaning the brushes that they're trying to sell obviously were not used to draw this. And these are all different brush sets that they're trying to sell you, but if you look at their AI images, they're just all the same boring pixelated images, not actually drawn from different brushes. Number two, the brush preview. On my original brush set pages, I put up a preview of what all my brushes look like. So you can see they're all quite different. They all have their own unique shape and size to create a specific look or aesthetic. Theirs, on the other hand, all of them look exactly the same. Actually, this one, their brushes are different, but unfortunately that is because they just took my image. I think maybe they forgot to AI it. Yeah, truly no shame. Oh, you can still see how they screenshotted and the arrows are still there. And this is when I realized it expanded way just beyond this one scenario because there's other people who just take my drawings exactly and use it to promote their store. But when you actually click to visit the site, it just takes you to this pretty sketchy looking website that I guess thankfully doesn't sell knockoffs of my brushes. But this scam of where people use AI art to try and sell brushes has actually been around for quite a while now, unfortunately. And I've made a few TikToks about it when I first found out, but generally, again, the premise of this scam is the scammer promises you that their brushes will help you draw these amazing drawings, but the drawings are either AI or stolen. And how do I know that they're stolen? Well, if you go to their homepage, they have some time lapses, which I guess they just put here to make you think that they drew these, but if we do an easy Google reverse image search, we can see that these artworks were stolen off Chinese illustrators on Pixiv and TikTok. So the time lapse that I put in the corner is what they include in their homepage, and on the big screen is me just trying to find the original artist, which I think is this person on Pixiv, and we can see that their art matches the style of this image. This is another one that I just found really quick. This this one was on Chinese TikTok, and it is the exact same photo that they put in the website too. Friendly Neighborhood Artist made a great video going more into depth about this, so definitely give their video a watch too. Which leads me to my next point, which is AI basically just ruined the internet. And I'll start off with YouTube because it's my favorite platform and we're already here chilling on YouTube, so let's get right into it. I think AI has kind of ruined YouTube. Like AI music, as someone who absolutely loves lo-fi relaxing instrumentals, I actively now have to search for playlists and channels who say that they are not AI, because there's just no way that I'm gonna listen to 1 hour of AI music. I'm not a musician, so I don't want to speak on their behalf, but I'm sure it's equally as frustrating for musicians and producers to deal with the rise of AI music. There are a few great videos here as well going more into depth about AI music, so definitely give those a watch too. Literally out of spite, I tried to produce a lo-fi music playlist. I kid you not, it turned out so bad. Yeah, so all you real humans out here producing music, you have all my respect. Next up, the faceless YouTube channels and AI thumbnails. I watched Curtis Connor's video on this where he talked about AI faceless channels, and one thing that he said in particular that I also really stand by is
I really just love YouTube as an art form, and I think honestly some of the best pieces of art I've ever seen has been like on this website.
So many of my favorite creators are YouTubers, and they began creating solely because of passion. So to see that YouTube is now filled with AI videos where people are solely creating it to try and make $9,000 every month really just kind of sucks. And this leads me to the statement that I will stand by forever, which is AI has just ruined the internet. And I know that sounds a little bit dramatic, but if you think about it, Pinterest is now full of AI. Twitter, or X, is literally an AI machine. I don't even want to get started with Facebook. And I think it's a little bit easier to filter out AI on Instagram and TikTok, but it's definitely still there. I just feel like it's permeated every single aspect of the creative industry, from music to film, and it's only going to get worse. And honestly, I feel like it has, which brings me back to this tiny little video that you just happened to click on titled AI Stole My Art. But I'd like to argue that it didn't just steal my art, it stole many others as well. And not just art, other things like a 1 hour video probably can't even cover. Now, I always like to end off my videos with a somewhat positive note, so to try and resolve this problem, I messaged the scammer hoping that they take the listings down, and I don't know if they'll even respond. Hi, they do end up replying, and I'll show the response, but really quick, you might be wondering, well, what can we do about AI? Because I feel like I just threw a lot of negativity at you. We gotta, bring it up a little bit. So personally, I found myself trying to combat AI by really pushing and exploring my own creativity. So I completely designed and drew this coloring book and have it published on Amazon. After seeing that there are so many AI generated coloring books on Amazon, there's also such thing as AI crochet and crochet patterns. So me, my mom, and my grandma actually came together to create this super cute capybara crochet pattern. So tested and made by 100% humans. I think it's just these little things that we can do and enjoy that make our online and in-person experiences just a little bit better and less artificial. I don't know if that made any sense. I'm so sorry. I did this without a script. Okay, but anyways, yes. Thank you for waiting. So they did reply, and I'll read the response, and you can form your own judgment as to what they said. And actually, while this was happening, I actually found 2 more accounts trying to do the exact same thing, and we'll get into that later because we gotta look at the response first. So they said, I truly apologize for the misunderstanding. I did use your title name because I liked it and found it inspiring. I didn't know it would upset you. I genuinely didn't mean to cause any trouble. Please know that the brushes I'm selling are my own creations made entirely by me. I'm not reselling your work or anyone else's. I will remove the listing's name and I will redesign the photos, and I hope this clears up the situation. Again, I sincerely apologize for the unintentional mistake and I appreciate your understanding. Best regards. All has been deleted. I'm sorry for using your title, and please know that the brushes I'm selling are my own creations made entirely by me. I am not reselling your work. Yeah, so that was their response. I don't know. What do you think? And I do have a few side notes. They said, I didn't know it would upset you. I don't know about you, but I feel like the extent of what they did, they should know that what they did would upset the person that they stole from. I am not reselling your work or anyone else's. Although I might believe this because their brush previews are definitely not my brushes, it is still considered a scam because the AI art was not drawn from their brushes. So I don't know if their argument has much support there, but I don't know. I will remove the listing's name and I will redesign the photos. I don't know what exactly redesign the photos entail since they're just AI generated. So this could mean that they're going to find someone else's art and AI that instead? I really don't know. I sincerely apologize for the unintentional mistake. Saying this was an unintentional mistake did make me raise an eyebrow just because saving all my images, putting it through a generator, then copy and pasting my listings and posting the listings and then buying ads for the listings strikes me more intentional than not. I really don't know. I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but do you think that this was an unintentional mistake? I'm sorry for using your title. They keep saying they're sorry for plagiarizing my title rather than stealing the art, which makes me a little bit nervous that they'll continue to generate AI images, but just make the text different. Okay, that's all the side notes I'll do, but overall, they did take down the listings, and at this point, I don't know what their new redesigned photos will look like, but I hope they know where I'm coming from and won't continue to steal my art or other people's art and just AIify it. But for now, I'll give them the benefit of the doubt and believe that they've understood their mistake and just won't do it again. Now, I said previously I found 2 more accounts on Etsy doing the exact same thing with the exact same photos, which makes me suspect that it's just the same person. So I messaged them again and said I suspect it's them just under a different name and asked them to take down those listings too. At the time that I'm recording this voiceover, I don't know if they have, but hopefully they did. So to wrap up, this just really hits the nail on the head that as creatives, there's just so little that we can do when it comes to situations like these because it will keep happening. And many times we don't even know that they are. So support artists any way that you can, giving them a like, leaving a nice comment, supporting their artwork online or at events. Trust me, it will make their day. So yeah, I guess I did manage to end off this video on a somewhat positive note. And I want to make this very clear. This video was not made as an opportunity to attack, rather to inform and just show the reality of what being a creative nowadays looks like. Okay, that is all I have to say for now. The retainer, the Invisalign, is back on, so my lisp is back, and I'm gonna be embarrassed to do more voiceovers, so this is truly the end now. I think I yapped for like 10 minutes, so thank you if you stayed all the way here. You are the best. And that's all for me right now. Bye! Wow, that was a true voice crack. I'm so sorry.